It's finally here! We've waited for what feels like our whole lives. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach has arrived and is now available to play on PlayStation and PC. Are you hyped? We're hyped. So hyped that we're going to dive into some scary things that you can do in game. Players beware, spoilers ahead if you dare. Number 10. Be intensely watched. Remember those caution signs that we all thought were kinda cute and kinda silly? So turns out they are maybe kinda horrifying. In Security Breach you may notice some of these signs, and guess what? They will notice you right back. They will not just notice you, but actually they'll follow you with their big, bright, white, personified light eyes. Yuck. I never thought I could be so creeped out by a bright yellow caution sign, and yet here we are in the future and somehow I am. When you move, they will spin to follow you. There is also added sound here when they focus on you for the first time, you know, just to creep you out. Number 9. Play as Glamrock Freddy. Something we anticipated to be in the game and that, hey, we were right about, is you can play as Freddy in this game. Well, kinda. I mean, not exactly. It's more that you can take control of the animatronic from within him. In fact, it may seem that you are actually the reason that his system has an error when you, as Gregory, took control. I have yet to see if that's clarified, but that could be what's going on. It did say detected and there was a picture of a little person. Or a little person symbol, little boy symbol. While inside Glamrock Freddy, you can go to closed off areas and you'll be seen by others to be Glamrock Freddy. You'll appear as Glamrock Freddy because, I mean, you sort of are. You can control Freddy as well and have access to all his own skills and powers. And friends, before we move on to this next spot, if you are loving this list and you want more Security Breach content from us as we continue to play more and more of it and watch all of the amazing playthroughs that other people are putting up, be sure to let us know by giving this video a thumbs up. Number 8. Crash. Although you do get to play as Freddy in the game, not everything seems to work in standard order. At the beginning of the game, you seem to malfunction and as a result end up crashing mid-performance, falling down on stage. So kind of literally crashing. From the audience, we see Freddy glitching up on stage just as he's about to get ready to sing. Dang, I really wanted to hear Freddy rock out, but I guess we're not going to yet. We then move into the animatronics perspective and collapse after being warned of an incoming high-level threat that has been detected. Like all good computing devices, Freddy then seems to boot back up in safe mode, which is generally what happens when your computer crashes from, you know, what appears to be some kind of viral attack on its systems. Or at least it used to be. Back in the day at least. I haven't had a virus in a while, but man, my old computer, when I was a kid, it used to do that so much. Many viruses it suffered. I feel like systems back in the day though were more vulnerable to viruses. I don't know. Not anymore. Viruses can't get us now. We got strong systems and the antivirus. Number 7. Travel inside an animatronic. This in theory sounds pretty scary, but in game, at least initially, isn't really quite as scary as it sounds with what we've come to know of the animatronics in FNAF thus far. Although I do wonder, how did we as Gregory fit inside this animatronic? That's a little scary to think about because it seems like there's already stuff inside, so how do you... I don't know. We currently think of the animatronics as being the bad guys in the FNAF games, or at least, you know, the antagonists. They really aren't sinister, I suppose. I mean, many of the animatronics that we've met have simply been haunted by vengeful spirits who are trapped within them, and they also, a lot of them had a reason to be vengeful. And now in a way, you can join those spirits. Not literally though. I mean, there doesn't seem to be vengeful spirits in the Glamrock animatronics that we know of yet. What I mean is that you can climb inside animatronics in theory and then of course move around in them. Apparently this space that you crawl into within the animatronics design in terms of purpose, as we learn, is for carrying around things like oversized birthday cakes and piñatas for celebrating, by the way. Not for children to hide and play in. Number 6. Interact with animatronics insides. This is how you end up getting a hold of the valuable resource known as the Freddy Faz Watch. What a cool watch. It allows you to communicate with Freddy and also see maps, security cams, and review what it is you're supposed to be doing at the time when it comes to your current mission objectives. In order to get said watch though, you need to wind up a lever that sounds like a music box within Freddy. Yeah, you have to interact with Glamrock Freddy's insides to get this watch, friends. Basically, his robo guts. Ew. But I guess if we've already moved around within Freddy, then this shouldn't be considered too gross, right? Why weren't, when we were inside, weren't we just like, I'm just gonna take one of these watches? I guess we weren't invited to. Maybe Gregory's a very polite child. Although he does tell Freddy to shut up, so conflicting things about his personality in the game. Number 5, eavesdrop and generally creep. You can creep yourself out in this game just by listening in on conversations that aren't really meant for you. And you can creep yourself out by creeping. At one point, you might spy Roxanne talking to herself in the mirror about how great she is. Isn't that nice? Well, it might be nice if it didn't sound so creepy. I mean, I'm all for self-love, but this kind of makes Roxanne sound even more terrifying to me than she already was in my mind. Something about her voice mixed with her look and just the sense that she'd gut you if she knew you were watching her just creeps me out. Also, like, there's a line when you go from self-love to just being egotistical, and I feel like Roxanne Wolf crossed it. There are other lots of weird and disturbing sounds and conversations as well for you to listen in on while you explore. That's just one example. Number 4, look at all the creepy crawlies. Ooh, so pretty. Creepy crawlies. One of the things you may get to experience is an animatronic which seems to be climbing on the wall in shadow, creeping around. While playing, MatPat and Stephanie of the Game Theorist crew, who have a live up on their live channel, happened to run into one of the dark animatronic demon baby looking shadows as they explored the stairwell. So keep your eyes peeled and I guess watch out while navigating this area. Or, you know, maybe try not to look around if you don't want to see any of these disturbing shadowy animatronics that seem to be moving in a spider-like fashion up in the corners of your peripherals. Ugh. I hate when things are like, when you're playing a game and you're like looking straight and then there's like something over there, you just see it like, you're like, I don't like that. Let's not do that. I would like to not. Number 3, crawl through the vents. As per usual, there are vents you can crawl through in order to get around the Pizzaplex. Oh yes, vents. We know about those. Nothing bad ever happens in vents. Yeah, other than finding dead bodies in them or, you know, getting jump scared to death. But seriously, nothing bad can happen. Nothing bad will happen. There's nothing to be afraid of. Number 2, explore. Honestly, probably one of the scariest things you can do in this game, but also one of the greatest things you can do in this game is also what the game is kind of all about. That is, you can travel around and you can explore. This is a free roam Five Nights at Freddy's game. And there are lots of creepy things for you to find. As we said previously, you can eavesdrop on animatronics, creep up on them, you can find lots of disturbing imagery woven through all the bright and fun neon stuff, and for some reason even some of these fun, bright, neon characters and interior design choices just actually seem disturbing and off as they are. There's lots to see and experience and lots of creepy things to find just lying around. So something I'd really recommend you do is dig deep and really enjoy the fact that you can play other games within this game and explore the Pizzaplex like you would if you were a guest, poring over each lavish and spooky detail. So many little things, it's so great. Me as an RPG gamer is like, yes, this is the FNAF game I've always wanted. Number 1, get caught. Ideally, you are obviously trying not to do this, but that doesn't mean that it won't happen to you at some point. At some point. While roaming around freely as you can in this game as Gregory, you might end up getting into trouble if you can't be sneaky enough and stay hidden. When that happens, you can potentially be caught by none other than Chica or, you know, any other animatronic presumably that happens to be around. I'm not sure who would be the scariest to be caught by, but in my mind it's Roxanne Wolf. I find Monty's glasses charming, so for me, Monty's cool, and I've always loved Chica, but you know, Roxanne Wolf is a wolf and she kinda scares me. I don't like her. Like, what big teeth you have. Get out of here. If you get caught, you'll lose the game and you'll have to go back to your last save point. It's also implied that nothing good happened to you afterward and likely you ended up dead as a result. Because usually when you have to go back to your last save point, I mean, we all know what happened. What are some of the things that have creeped you out the most in Security Breach thus far? Also, yes, if there are things that you have seen that we haven't talked about here, it's important to consider this video was recorded on the day the game was released, so it just came out for us too, and I'm sure there's loads of more scary stuff awaiting us as we continue to progress and watch more content about this game as well. What are some scary things you hope you'll get to do? Let us know in the comments below. And speaking of comments, let's turn to some comments from one of our latest videos, Top 10 Scary FNAF Security Breach Lore Theories. theories, which actually wasn't that recent of a video, but it was my last one on the channel till now, so we're gonna dive into that so I can save Connor's comments for him to discuss with all you folks out there on the interwebs. Hi interwebs folks! Skilled Scorpion comments, couple of theories. Number 1, Gregory is an orphan that was left behind on a field trip. Number 2, the scary purple hand in the first trailer is a new and corrupted glitch trap, brackets William Afton. And number 3, a sad death will come in the end. I mean, I don't know. I guess there's a couple there that we still have to kind of wait to see what'll happen, but it's totally cool to like go back, by the way, when you have theories and then go back and look and be like, what did we all think was gonna happen? It's just fun. Logan Entertainment reflects, for the rejected servant robots having a painted message saying in your dreams, it makes you wonder, will Security Breach be about Gregory talking about his experience in the Pizzaplex? FNAF even mentioned that there is a new character that is the voice of a therapist. I'm not sure where Scott and Steelwool Studios is going with SB, but the lesser we know, the better, because we're gonna be in new territory with new faces, with an old antagonist that is manipulating a person to be the new antagonist. Yeah, I mean, I would say the less we know the better, but I have just been waiting for this game for so long that I feel like I already know so much going in. So sometimes the more you know the better, but it's good that you've been able to avoid, I guess, major spoilers. Bun Bunny Boop theorizes, since Vanessa seems to be a bit young and also seems more friendly than motherly to Gregory, what if Vanessa is actually Gregory's older sister, whose parents left her younger brother with her to watch as they're on vacation, or something like that. I don't know, but maybe their parents aren't exactly the best and just didn't think of all the safety problems that would cause. There's also the theory that their parents actually died, and since Vanessa is of age, she could have gotten legal guardianship of Gregory. Well, considering that Gregory seems to be scared of Vanessa right out of the gate, I'm gonna say that's probably not what is happening, but also I like this theory. I like the theory, and I'm sorry that it's probably not true. This has been Top 10 Gaming, and I am your host Amanda McKnight. Thank you so much for watching. Till I see you next, try not to get spooked, and remember to keep on gaming on. Pew pew!